Well, I was going to start doing these videos, these daily updates in a walk and talk style, to get a little more interesting scenery than just my studio. But it's raining today, so I guess I'll try starting that tomorrow maybe. Anyway, it's day 5. And, oh, man, I just had a pinch of salt. I'm feeling good. But yesterday, after I filmed my update, I almost filmed another update to give you an idea of how I was, how it changes throughout the day. So I started out feeling pretty good in the morning, but yesterday I started to get a bit drowsy, a bit lethargic, and I drank more green tea, because I've switched off of coffee. I switched to black tea for a while. Now I'm switching to green tea, trying to slowly wean off. But I was drinking green tea. It wasn't helping at all. And then I realized, like every other day this week, I had been starting with a pinch of salt in the morning under the tongue for the electrolytes, and then another one in the evening, and I was feeling great. Yesterday, I forgot to have my salt. So it got to like early afternoon. I'm all lethargic and I guess it's just keto flu, which it was. But I took some salt, started feeling great again. And so this update is a friendly reminder. Don't forget to have your salt. I know there are people who make it work without salt. I think Steak and Butter Gal, she doesn't use salt, which I was really shocked to hear. But I couldn't do it without the salt. The electrolyte balance is so delicate for me. I get all lethargic and, it threatens my ability to keep going, because I start to be like, how am I going to keep this up? Because I got to get work done during the day. So I was super stoked to know that the salt helped that much. And I just took my morning salt again right now, and I'm feeling good. I got like an energy burst after having the salt. So don't sleep on the salt. It's definitely not underrated. If you have a body type like me, at least. But today, so far, so good. I already got a bunch of work done this morning. It used to take me, I work from home, so it used to take me a while to get going in the morning, to actually get out here to the office and start. What I do is editing videos, filming videos, and to have the motivation to film a video, you got to not only be physically prepared for it, but also mentally prepared, which I was struggling with so much before. I didn't want to be on camera. I hated my body. And it's funny, it hasn't really changed that much in 5 days, but I'm not as anxious about it. And I think Carrie and his wife from Homestead How were talking about this exact thing, where even if you haven't lost much weight yet, you already feel more confident because you're taking good care of yourself. Your hormones are more balanced, and you don't have that insane anxiety that makes you super self-conscious. So that's one benefit that has really been hitting me. And now I want to film all day long. I want to get as much work done as possible. And that's a pretty cool effect of this, is just having that motivation to want to work again, and knowing that every day I'm chipping away, working a little bit further towards this goal of eliminating my kidney disease. Hopefully, if the thousands of testimonials I've read are true, I'm hoping that this helps me reverse my kidney disease and my hypertension, which I've already noticed. Yesterday, I took my blood pressure right after doing some weightlifting, which usually that spikes it, and right after I had just eaten a really fatty ribeye and did some weightlifting. And my wife was super worried about going back on carnivore because last year I had a huge scare with my hypertension, which I'll talk about in my story video, which I'm going to release at some point. But I I took my blood pressure. It was a little high when I first sat down because I had just pumped some weights, but I did some breathing exercises for like maybe a minute, took it again, and it was normal. It was, I think, 138 over 83 or something, which is very good for me. Mine always runs high. It's been a struggle to get it under 140, you know. But it's a good sign that after on my second try, it was down to a normal number. And so I'm really excited to see where this goes, if it keeps improving with my blood pressure, and because my high blood pressure is what was causing my kidney disease. And I've noticed too, other people have struggled with a similar thing. Dante Ferrigno, he had shared his blood work in one of his videos, and he had kidney failure too. I mean, not kidney failure, but reduced kidney function. I think his creatinine was, in the high ones, and his GFR was around 60 something, which is still double what mine was, or was last time I was at the doctor, a couple of months ago. But it went up to high 80s from like 63 up to, I think, 87 is, and I could be totally wrong on those numbers, but something close to that is how much his kidney function went up after, I think, a year on Carnivore, which made me so hopeful that I can actually recover from this kidney disease and go on to live an actual decent length life. I mean, both my parents have lived into their 70s, beyond 70s. So, like, I know, and they're both overweight too. They've been overweight for a long time. So I was worried that I might not have more than a few years left after this whole kidney thing. But if I can reverse it that much just by changing my diet, that would be so exciting. And so I've got this whole new renewed sense of hope for fixing that and hopefully being around for a long time. I want to be around until my kid's sick of me, Like, that's the goal. No, hopefully my kid won't get sick of me because, we'll be good friends. I hope. I don't know. Anyway, that's always the goal, right? This whole parenting thing is scary. I really, you put so much work in, and I remember being a kid and being so critical of my parents, and I feel so bad for that now. But kids don't know any better. They've never been able to relate to that. So how did I get so off track here? Point is, I'm feeling really good on day 3, day 5, and looking forward to, continuing to see what happens here. I think that's about it. So thank you for watching this update, and I'll talk to you next time. Tomorrow,